Military members in debt tend to have a debt to income ratio of 46.5%. That's about 10% more than the average normal debt to income ratio. This video is about quickly getting out of debt while in the military. And even if you're not in the military, it applies for someone that's paying off their student loans, credit cards, whatever the case is. It's to help you get the F out of debt. What is up, Money Tribe? Mike Damazo here to help you make sense of dollars. Our mission is to help you get the F out of debt and then build wealth. For this video, I'm here to help you. We'll go over how I got into debt, the time in debt, and then getting out of debt.
Oh, you're in the military, you must get paid so much by Uncle Sam.
Nah, we actually don't. So that's a negative, Ghost Rider. One of the reasons a lot of people in the military get into debt, as far as for me, it's not because we don't get paid that much money. It was my lack of experience and knowledge with personal finance and actually doing a budget and then managing my money. For me, I definitely got into debt in the beginning because I would always go out on Thursdays because I wasn't 21 yet. 18 and up clubs was on Thursdays in San Diego, or on that weekend, we would go into Tijuana. Back in the day when you could just kind of sneak into Mexico. Well, you would have, anyways, I don't want to get myself in trouble. I wouldn't pay attention to what I was charging on my cards a lot of the times, and it was keeping up with my friends and homies that I would meet, and it was just keeping up with the Joneses. That was the reason why I got into so much debt in the first enlistment of the Navy for me. Now that I was in a lot of credit card debt, personal loan debt, and also auto loan debt at the time, I would define this as the time of being in the rat race, just going around and around in circles, making sure the bills were paid on the 1st or the 15th, as long as I had money coming in from the military. See, I grew up in a household where we didn't talk about money. Putting bills and stuff to buy on credit card was normal, and just making the minimum payment when the due date was coming up was normal. So living paycheck to paycheck was normal for me. I mean, as long as I was able to cover the bills and the debts on time, right? That's normal. That was something I realized it wasn't. So that's how I started to shift myself into planning how to get out of debt. See, now money was coming in on the 1st and the 15th. Before the military, I had part-time jobs in fast food restaurants, and that was all I knew. But the money that I was getting compared to what I was before the military, it was different, and I didn't manage it correctly. So whenever I would be zero on my checking account, I would then be able to go into the negative because the bank themselves knew I was working for the military and that money was going to be coming in. So that was definitely not just a negative on my account, but a negative in my habits of going into the upcoming paycheck and not even having that full amount when it would deposit into my checking account. Now, getting out of debt is easy. The challenge is actually sticking to the plan. So here are some ways to help you start getting the F out of debt. Negotiate lower rates, meaning you want to call your credit card company just to see if they could lower your rates for you, even your student loans, or look at the ability of refinancing those student loans that you do have into a lower interest rate. Now, you've called up your credit card company, you refinance your loans, whatever the case is. Next is stop spending with your credit card. Cut them up, freeze them, put them away. Do a strictly cash budget, meaning whatever you would draw in the beginning of the month or the 15th is all you have. So don't go into your American Express and then charging it to the game, knowing you're only gonna pay the minimum and not the whole balance. So stop using your credit card. All right, so now you definitely just chopped up that credit card. Next thing you want to do is organize your debt, meaning you want to know what the minimum payment is, what the interest rates are, and what the balance that you have. So just list them out. We're not doing anything extra with it. You just want to make sure you're organizing the debts that you do have. Now that you've arranged your debt, knowing the interest rates you have, minimum payments you have to make, when it's due, the amount of balance owed, next is making a plan. Let me share with you what people have told me what their #1 money hack is with their finances.
Number one money hack is to start a budget.
But I would say for me, really, it's been budgeting.
So with anything for all my clients, I tell them you need to have a budget.
Don't compare yourself to others' financial journey and their debt freedom journey. The reason being is they're at a different part of their journey, they're a different road. You are on your own lane. So focus on your own lane and to getting out of debt and escaping the rat race. For me, it definitely took a while to get out of that mindset of just living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of the times it was me still wanting to keep up with the Joneses or the Kardashians, whatever it is you want to call them. And it just had to be that shift that happened when I lost my orders originally to Japan that really set me onto the trajectory into becoming debt free. With tackling debt, I know there are two primary ways to do it, with the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. I'm not here to tell you one is better than the other. Personal finance is personal. So whatever works for you, that's the one that you want to use. So I do have a 50, 20, 30 budget video if you want more of an outline that'll work for you, or there is an email list that I'll have in the descriptions down below, and you could expect more personal finance news and investing updates from me as the newsletter gets built out. Tap that thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Sound off in the comments below what you thought of getting out of debt. Which one do you prefer, the debt snowball or the debt avalanche? High five that subscribe, aka subscribe if you haven't already. Turn the notification bells on and everything. Thank you for watching. Stay legendary, and I'll see you in the next video.